All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again, it is time for Natty or Not. I'm taking one of the first requests I got when I first started this series back up. People were like, "Can you cover Max Euceda?" So I went to check his stuff out here today to get an idea of what I'm looking at because I have never heard of this kid before. No idea who he is. Did we set this to public? Oh, hold on. It just reset my stream. It totally reset my stream. All right. Hey, everybody. It's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for Natty or Not. Got a bit of a head cold, so I'm going to try to do my best to make it through this. But I'm going to cover someone who we had a lot of requests for early on when I first started this series back up, Max Euceda. Never heard of the kid, so I went and spent about 20 minutes investigating him, looking a little bit at his channel, his training, physique, training history, and a lot of stuff I'm going to say about the guy. And I don't know much about his other philosophy. Don't know if he's a great guy or anything else. Guy's definitely on gear, and I'm gonna give a number of reasons why. Number one, obviously the back knee's pretty bad. I saw him shirtless. Back knee's pretty bad. He has a very round 19 Nor look. He definitely likes nandrolone, whether it's DECA or NPP. There's clearly a preference for that. He doesn't like a lot of dry compounds. Like, he's not a DHT guy. He is very much a 19 Nor guy. Okay, there's a round fullness seen there, boofiness with minimal vascularity. All right. Again, we see the back knee. Then we see the low quality training. I went to look at his training. The guy is relatively weak. Only thing he's probably decently heavy on would be biceps. The guy curls kind of heavy. I looked at his other training. His training is extremely lazy and ineffective. And again, he's calling himself a science-based guy. He is literally doing stuff that has been shown in the lab to cause less muscle growth. Pre-exhaustion, for example. Like, I watched his leg day. The dude does a bunch of really slow leg extensions and leg curls before he does his compound movements. What do we know from the studies? We're going to be evidence-based. Someone's going to claim science-based, and science-based means you know that you're going to get smaller legs doing that. The only guys who get great gains with pre-exhaustion type training like that are on hefty doses of gear. That's the reality of it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try not to sneeze here. Got a bad cold. Been draining all night. All right, guys. The leg training was horrifically bad. Like, if he wasn't on gear, he would have no legs at all. It was bad. Same thing. I went and watched his back training. I didn't even get to the chest so much. I went and watched his back training. Guy does a light weights for fairly low reps, all slow stuff. He does all machine work and cable for his back with squeezes, contractions. The guy wears straps for lat pull downs and lightweight machine rows. His back, he has no back. Let's put it that way. Like, you guys have seen my back. Maybe he should take a play from my book. Why don't you get on some heavy weighted pull-ups, bro? All right. The back training, abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. The guy has no clue how to train. Everything is slow. And again, it's all like sometimes low reps, like 7-8 reps slow with lightweight. Nothing pretty hard, intense, just slow movements, doing isolation work before compounds. And even his compounds are lackluster. Like, you look at his leg work. He was doing lunges and like pistol squats or something after doing leg extensions and leg curls. That is horrifically ineffective. And it was all with light weights and not even high reps. I get it if you're doing 25 reps. He wasn't. Again, the training was lazy. The training is, if we go even based on science, we know is not going to work very well. We look at anecdote, the training he did, and nobody gets big doing that unless they're blasting a ton of gear, right? So again, he's claiming, but here's the thing, Thunderdor, the guy claims science-based. So he does stuff that science shows is ineffective, right? So if you were to go do some studies and determine that the sky is blue and then call yourself science-based and then claim the sky is purple, right? That's the problem. ineffective, inefficient, lazy ass training. Yeah, same thing. We see the back work. He wore straps for light pull downs, slow, negative lat pull downs with weights. I have had clients who are women who probably do double the weight he does for more reps on some of these exercises. He's all drugs, like literally 100% of his muscle coming from the nandrolone. Little test, little deca. Training was bad. The training was bad. So again, you can look at his overall look, the fullness. Nope. Thunderlord. So let's say that you had back injuries. Was that how you would train? If you were a coach and someone was paying you $250 a month to get their legs jacked and they have had a back injury, is that how you would train their legs? If you were being paid to do it, it's not how I would train their legs. Also, plenty of people who hurt their back go on to squat 400 and 500 pounds. That's a cope. Remember Client Louie? Client Louie had multiple herniated discs before he hired me from college sports. I had him squat 430 and deadlift 505 with disc herniations that you can see on an MRI. I don't buy that BS. I don't buy it, no. And even if he had a debilitating back injury, let's say that he literally can't do squats and he can't rehab his back. All right? Let's say that he can't train it because of his back. Herniated disc, Brendan, there's slip disc is not a real term. Go ask the best physiologist. It's not a thing. All right. How about you do some leg pressing? How about you do some leg presses or some machine squats of some type that unload the spine? How about a belt squat? How about you get real strong at belt squats? How about you do some single leg exercises after with heavier weights, and then you do your isolation work? Okay. All right. Pretty straightforward. His training was abysmal. And so again, people are like, well, he's got a back injury then. Okay, man, that sure is a big cop out. That sure is a big cop out. Yet why do I take clients and get them squatting over 400 and deadlifting over 500 with real back injuries? What's the problem? Do you know how to train or not? Oh, Wayne, I've already told you what drugs he uses. I've already told you what his preference is. You could tell. He doesn't like DHTs. He loves 19 Norse. All right. But see, that's the thing, Marco. Let's come over to the thing. I gave credit. Like, they had good training. Like, this guy is a straight up fake Natty clown. This Max guy, his training is bad. At least those guys train their butts off. Okay? They train their butts off. They know how to train at least. In fact, out of the Noble Natties, Bald Omni Man actually has pretty good training. When I watch Bald Omni Man lift, I'm going to say this. Here we go. This is technically competition for me as a coach. I watch Bald Omni Man lift, and I watch his training philosophy. I went to check it all out. He's a competent coach. Okay? He actually knows what he's doing. Max trains like a pussy, Wyatt. What are you talking about? It's all lightweight, not really to failure. Lightweight, slow control, pre-exhaustion, low reps with lightweight. I watched his leg and his back workout. Now, he is lazy. Has no idea what he's doing either. What do you mean long breaks? The intensity I saw, they better be 15 seconds. So what are you talking about? The guy doesn't know how to train. You're gonna be Mike Minzer's training sucked. What are you talking about? Minzer's later day training was absurd. Nobody got jacked doing that stuff that he put out in his final years. All right. The shoulder injuries, Ruben, I got were purely from overuse. It was from doing excessive numbers of chin-ups on a daily basis when it happened. And again, I should know better, but I have an ego. I've learned to reel that in a lot better. Frank, I would start over from ground zero. I would just completely throw everything away he's doing and restart. What do you mean change? There's nothing salvageable. He needs to restart from top to bottom. I don't know. Do better exercises, train harder. They think that your back workout shouldn't consist of nothing but cables and machines with straps and super slow reps with lightweight. Wyatt, do you not know what Minzer's philosophies were? You don't do multiple sets a week. Dude, Minzer near the end was telling guys that they only needed one set every 10 days to get as big as humanly possible for muscle group. You are aware of this, right? Minzer was crazy. Like he lost his mind in the final several years. He was putting out information. And that's just a reality, dude. He was really strung out on amphetamines. There was a lot going on. All right. What exercises are the safest to do for someone with impingement rotator cuff issues? You need to be specific, Nick. Which rotator cuff? People love to use that as a general term. You have 4 completely different rotator cuffs. You need to be specific. You're going to need the ones that don't aggravate them. But, if your infraspinous has been pinched in somewhere like your subacromial process, do you really care about the other rotator cuffs? Like, what are we worried about here? You got to be specific. Sorry, guys. I still got a really bad cold. Jeff Nippard trains high volume. What are you talking about, Wyatt? It looks nothing like Minzer's training. Just stop. Wyatt, I'm not even going to argue this anymore. You clearly are not familiar with Mike Minzer's philosophies. So this conversation is over. Claiming that Nippard's philosophies are compatible with Mike Minzer's is like claiming I don't know. I'm trying to think of a really extreme comparison. I don't know, dude. That's like claiming that Anton LaVey's Satanism is compatible with evangelical Christianity. They're so far from each other. Mike did only believe in singles. Did you not look into his work? Again, done. Go research Minzer and then come back. I'm not having this conversation with you. Will training muscles 2 times a week give slightly faster gains? I don't believe that they do. All the noble natties are in Gladiator Arena where they fight to the death who dies first and who wins. Frenchie's probably going down first. I have a feeling Paris is going to probably take that neo-Nazi out real fast. The Nazi dude, her Soviet, just, for his own self-preservation. So he's probably going to get him first from behind. I think it's going to come down to Cubby has no reach, and he's probably going to go down trying to save Frenchie, his lover. And then it's going to come down, I think, basically basement bodybuilding squaring off with Paris, with Bald Omni-Man. Now, I don't know much about basement bodybuilder's background, but I do know Paris Butler is a vet, and I do know he's combat trained. So at the end of the day, strength being roughly equal, him actually being slightly stronger and better shape, and some fighting training, I'm going to have to put my money on the Bald Omni Man. I mean, at the end of the day, skill, conditioning, and strength kind of matter. GVS is a pushover. He'd probably go down first also. All right. He'd probably go down first. Probably on strap on. All right. I forgot about GVS, Mr. Curls. I mean, GVS is fragile and weak. It's not a matter of beating him up. I mean, I got a cold right now. Right? I've been sneezing, blowing stuff up. I could probably accidentally sneeze and drop an elbow on him by accident and hurt the guy. I mean, the guy has zero strength. He's like weak as a kitten. Like, it wouldn't even be skill. I would accidentally potato flop on him and twitch or something the wrong way and produce too much force and break something other than his biceps. Like, zero skill. This is not a bragging at all on my part. I could probably literally just potato flop too hard sneezing. The guy throws around pink dumbbells and just injects trim. Other than his incline curls are probably stronger than his legs. So how's that for a fair answer? So into that fight, I think it would come down to Bald Omni Man and Basement Bodybuilder, but my money's going to be on Bald Omni Man. Again, combat training, stronger, better conditioning. You know, that's tough to beat. And he probably knows better tactics. So people can't even say, what if the other's outsmart him? I mean, he's got some combat training, you know. I think he's winning that round. I think he'd take me down. All right. You can tell in his thumbnails he's on trend. He looks trend up. He pins trend in his belts. Hey, Jason, how much do you make per year? I haven't told you guys what I make, deal. So if people said, I heard you said, well, they made that up. I've never given you guys my numbers. All right. Do high rep band push downs for multiple sets have a hypertrophic response? Of course they do. Resistance training to failure is almost always going to produce some hypertrophic response. Were you doing Natty or not on Andrew Tate? Do I really need to discuss Andrew Tate? Is he even a fitness figure? We're talking the same Andrew Tate. The same Andrew Tate that said that any man who kisses a woman is gay. He really said that on social media. This Andrew Tate. Vegeta, he made a whole explanation. He gave a lengthy written out explanation. So he said, even your wife, dude. So if you kiss your wife, according to Andrew Tate, if a man kisses his own wife, he's I'm serious, dude. He gave a detailed explanation. And people follow this guy. I mean, people want to make fun of me. I mean, come on. How do you know that GVS is bigger than me? You mean his biceps, or do you mean him? Are you sure he's bigger than me? And I'm Natty now. Hey, Vegeta, have I ever said a public statement? You have a private voicemail that you are attributing to me. That's not a public statement. In fact, that could technically might be illegal for somebody to be handing out. All right. Wyatt's failure sets are not required to grow. This has been debunked over and over. Are they helpful? Yes. Been proven repeatedly. You don't have to go to failure. All right. Jason, is there any way to recover your nervous system after an all-out mile run, or you just need sleep fatigue management. Starting to build my home gym. Any potential mistakes to avoid for equipment purchases? Don't buy stuff that that looks trendy that you're not really going to use. Space and budget are limited. Be careful of stupid gimmicky stuff. Things intended to save space that really are not going to be useful. And of course, Wyatt, we definitely need isolation work included with our compounds. I mean, Wyatt, what muscles do you see me isolate on a weekly basis? Biceps, triceps, side delts, rear delts, front delts, calves, quads, right? I isolate all those every single week. So you're preaching to the choir. Okay. That takes us to failure. All right. Coach, when will you bulk again? I have no real intentions of bulking again at this time. Why haven't you brought the frog yet that Michael Hearn was all about? Because it's garbage. Sam Francis is someone who is both strong on deadlifts and a fast middle distance runner. I can confirm that running impacts nervous system recovery more than one rep max deadlift. You're right, coach. Yeah, I mean, it's not a question of me being right. It's not even my opinion. This is what exercise physiologists know. I mean, it's not even close. Like jogging a mile versus a 700-pound deadlift, it's literally 100 times as much central nervous system fatigue. And I don't mean a hard mile. I mean just a light jog. All right. Jason, will you bring back the +5 hat of weapon smithing? I'm not planning on it. How do you deal with wrinkly skin? Don't tan. Use some lotion sometimes. All right. Eat a diet rich in antioxidants. Has Revival responded to your video last night? No, but I probably need to hit him again. I mean, the dude literally gave himself butter diarrhea and then pretends like it was smart in the name of his carnivore diet. I ate so much butter, thousands of calories of butter, that I got diarrhea from it. So I'm going to go with comparing. When I said that only 2 types of people do carnivore, complete idiots or evil people who are knowingly causing harm, I think we know which of the 2 he is. I gave myself diarrhea eating thousands of calories of butter trying to do this diet. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he's a moron. All right. Running really doesn't combine that well with lifting. It can, but you got to know what you're doing. Is being single a huge factor in your weight loss progress and overall health? No, because I've been both single and not single over recent times. All right. It does. You just need to know how to program correctly. Absolutely. Coach, am I right to say doing a moderately tough set of 10 is actually more taxing to the nervous system than a heavy single? Yes. That's also been confirmed in studies. A 10-rep isolation movement is potentially more fatiguing to the CNS than a max deadlift is. I don't fully agree if we're talking about a long running train, about a mile or something. Can you give tips on how you manscape? Yeah, I take Nair and I rub it over my body and then I shower it off. There you go. Jason, have you ever thought of melatonin? I've never thought of it. I've heard of it. I have a girlfriend, and if anything, it takes away from my lifting. Jason, is Houston a walkable city? I'm thinking of moving there. No. Would 10 sets of pushing and pulling a week have some splash over to the side delts? Of course, but it's not going to be ideal. Is semen retention a good practice? No, it's stupid. All right, again, I'm about to try not to sneeze here. Again, it's cold. I drained like a whole cup of stuff last night. What's that specialty bar that you get the most out of? In my experience, I really like the Elite FTS. This bar and the Bow bar. I don't know which one I get the most. Maybe Buffalo bar, maybe the Camber bar. The 2 Camber bars. I don't know. Those 3. So the rackable squat camber bar, the normal camber bar, which is a McDonald's bar, maybe the Buffalo bar, any of those three. What do you think of? I think karaoke is disgusting, and people shouldn't be highlighting someone who chooses to make themselves that fat. It's just weird. I get it. We're in the world of body positivity, but he is going to. I just can't. No. The dude needs to care about his health more, and he needs a diet. Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to be disgusting, but I can either do this and be live, or I can not be live, and I'm gonna have to do it anyways. All right. You think Michael Jordan would be a decent powerlifter if he trained for it in his prime? Why would, if you had the ability to make $50 million in a real sport, why would you powerlift? No deal. I'm not going to show you. They're really clear, actually. It's just from my head cold. I mean, Sam, think that one through for a moment. I'm going to quote Louis Simmons. Louis Simmons said powerlifting is a sport for the rest of us. All right. It really is. Wait, would that make me not natural, though? I'm natural now, Sam. So would that count as being enhanced? I'm trying to do the whole natty life, bra. That's what I'm gonna call the whole thing. It's not. I'm not gonna say natural. It's gonna be natty life, bra. Right? It'd be a whole movement. How much is an hour of your time worth? $50 to $100. If it's just talking online, like I have a consultation coming up in just over an hour, actually. Or watching Six Flags people. Yeah, what's up with that, man? Why aren't you people liking? Also, why aren't you people following me on my Facebook page? Reach up and follow the Facebook. Go down the road, follow it, like all my stuff. What's wrong with y'all? And like this stream. No, Frenchie's not responded yet. Give him time. I'm gonna keep lighting him up. Oh, we not done. Yes, I currently use creatine at 5 grams a day. I busted out the tub I had that I bought 2 years ago. What are you going to do to him next? Well, how about I don't tell you? Frenchie is preparing. He's going to come back and call me something he made up again. He's going to call me a pedo or a racist or an animal abuser or a cuck, or he's going to say that I'm short, or what else? He'll accuse me of having Klinefelters. Let's see. He'll say that I'm bald. Oh, no. Oh, no. With this outrageous French accent. This is natural hypertrophy. We're going to talk about Jason Blé while we do the rice bucket challenge. The rice bucket challenge. I can build forearms so someday has the forearms like Jason Blé. Maybe if I throw away the straps and actually do some pulling, my forearms might look like this. Instead, they look like a small girl's forearms. Damn. Now I shouldn't have said that. Now the dude's gonna be like, oh, he said the girl. You see? Jesus Christ. That's how these people think. How old is NH? I don't know. The question is, how many years has it been since a dude had a shower? That's what I want to know. I got to wonder how bad that garage gym smells, because the dude looks nasty. I shower twice a day sometimes. All right. I love how your impression of him is more Nolans, Cajun. Makes him even funnier. Ooh-wee. And it's pronounced Nolans. All right. Last time NH had a shower was probably when he was still actually Natty. Did you put a deodorizer? I go through and spray some stuff every now and then, dude. I go through and spray a little disinfectant spray. Worst injury I've had from lifting: a distal bicep rupture in 2002, which was 23 years ago. So right here, I tore this. I tore it, and it retracted all the way up like a tennis ball. It was beautiful. Jason, do you know that Frenchie isn't even French? He just lives. No, I don't think that he lives in France at all. He is in North America. I am 100% sure of that. He is on this continent. If you could only do one lift for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, since I'm bad at following instructions, if I could only do one lift, it would probably be pull-ups, deadlift, and maybe incline bench, I guess. And maybe some curls. No, I didn't need surgery. No, I was deadlifting again in no time when I pulled my lat. And I did that with that, what was it, like a 3-inch deficit deadlift? Like 545 or something on a 3-inch deficit. I tore it bad. But I was training the next day. But yeah, I had a whole sleeve going on, right? It was like black all the way to my elbow, down to my hip. Oh, man. All right. You're going to go pay Frenchie a visit. Why he does some larpish French, Jason, kind of a weird thing to fake. Make himself seem more sophisticated, right? So he can be more Machiavellian. He has to use his playbook as a prince. How do you select your clients? Are you very... No, I'm not that exclusive. They just need to look like good possible clients, man. It's considered, I don't know. It was really like the insertion point at the armpit. It was the insertion point at the armpit. Surprised nobody's asked me to play the guitar. We're 30 minutes deep. Nobody has asked me to play the guitar. What's up with that? I did this morning, though. I busted out some Stevie Ray Vaughan on the strap. You were lucky to have a huge body, but I'm not that huge, dude. I'm 220. I'm old. I'm old and crusty and bald. Right? What's the biggest you've ever got? Fat-wise, or I don't know how to. I've been like 240 before in terms of muscle. I've been a bit bigger than I am now when I was in my 20s for a little while. No, he doesn't look French at all to me. I don't think he's French. I've heard he's Algerian. Do tricep pushdowns hit the long head at all? Yeah, potentially, if the angle's right. Yeah, they actually can. Look at the mechanics of it. Especially if you've got them out in front a little bit. I don't know any Megadeth, dude. I don't know any Megadeth, sorry. I do shrugs all the time on camera. I've done them really heavy with straps for 405. Now I do just really high reps at 225. So I can just work on my grip also. What happens if a client becomes flirtatious? Usually I turn them down. I've had it happen with a couple. I don't want to get into all of that, though. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to talk about. There are a lot of things I don't want to talk about. Yeah, at least not for a real long time. How about Metallica? I don't really do Metallica or Pantera. All right. Could play some funk. I don't have any funk. I mean, I can play. If I get up and plug the amp in, because everyone's like, plug the amp in. It sounds horrible through this mic. I mean, I can play something with the amp, but you guys tell me if it sounds horrible, and I'll chill with it. Because normally I just grab the strap and sit, but I can plug into the Les Paul and run the amp. If you guys want, tell me if it sounds bad though. All right. Sounds good. My favorite song to play on the guitar, yeah. All right, my fingers are kind of getting tired. I'm going to chill with that one. Let me see. You guys want something else? You want some blues? All right. So that's enough. So, the things my ears are about to miss. All right. Now, the homeowner association is fine. I'm one of the quieter people in this street. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me get the volume back up. That made the volume turn down just a little bit. All right, so that should be a little bit better. All right. A few people dropped out. They didn't want all that. I like Shoot to Thrill because it's just a good, diverse, long song I can play with a lot of different parts. So it's just good. It's good practice. Sam, I don't know that any anabolic's going to make you cheat on your significant other. Why are we asking all that? Why are we asking all that? This is now natural, dude. It's a natty life, bro. AC/DC songs are great to practice on. Natty, you're not on Nick Bear. Why would you think Nick Bear is natural? Is that a real question? Does he claim natural? I hope he doesn't claim natural. Sorry, guys. I still have a ton of drainage. Again, I'm hoping this cold gets better. At least I broke the fever last night finally. Now, it gets loud in this neighborhood, dude. There are people who have like bass playing down the street sometimes late at night. Why would Alan Thrall be at war with Coach? I don't know that Alan is that, but he puts up with it. He's allowed himself to associate with them publicly. I noticed that the AC/DC song sounds like Kickstart My Heart. Do you think Motley Crue could be ripping off? Probably a little. Like, honestly, AC/DC, to really get most AC/DC, you really need to master three basic chords that I think you could, and an E minor pentatonic scale, and you're pretty much good. And I love AC/DC, but I'm just saying, right? You gotta know that signature D chord that Angus uses. You got to know a G chord and a A chord, and you're good. And learn the E pentatonic minor scale. The whole USPA is not the problem. It's only a single region. No, I'm not competing in the IPF. I don't support tested sports. Jason, if you had to put money on one of the noble natties being gay, which one would be the safest bet? Why would it only need to be one? Why not double down? And I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm not homophobic, but I mean, it's very obvious that Frenchie and Cubby have a relationship, and love is love. You shouldn't be making fun of that, guys. It's beautiful. Love is love. We need to be accepting of their beautiful romantic relationship, as hairy and greasy as it might be. Who's probably dude? I'd be willing to bet Bald Omni-Man as straight as an arrow. Would you live in the UK again? No. No. All right, who's better? All right. The rest I don't really know. What makes you think I prefer online relationships? I'm not sure where you got that idea. Most of my relationships have not been online. I mean, you know of multiple ones. You guys have documented it. Not missing much in the UK made its crap. Yeah, I've had way more local relationships than online. Well, that's Abdul. That's what I'm talking about. Do they live in the same city or a different city, right? So the overwhelming majority have lived within 30 minutes of me. Right? Probably 90%. Okay, Jason, does adding weight to chin-ups change the muscle involved compared to body weight? Maybe, maybe not. Do you think strap-ons? I didn't say she was hot. I thought she was cute. I don't know that she's hot. I need to double check. I don't know. I haven't looked. I haven't seen her in years since all that stuff happened. Well, I mean, you're only wearing 4. Okay. I'm trying to think of which ones you guys would know for a fact. Both of my wives, obviously. Ruben, sometimes it happens. Like I've had at least one long distance relationship that I didn't plan on getting involved, but it seemed really good. Turned out to not be as good. All right. Will it, your wives? There was the other gym, which Moon Cookie revealed was a thing. Like she did reveal that we had slept together, which she flipped out over. Should be some others. I guess that might be the ones you guys know about. So that would be 5 that you guys know about for sure. How many years? I was married about 7 total years. 7 total years. Like, and I'm only counting time I lived physically with the wives. Oh, Tiffany's not my girlfriend, dude. We're good friends for 20 plus years, but she's not my girlfriend. Why are these losers focused on exactly, Frank? They need to get a life. Did you know Cassidy Campbell and Eric Kineski have a massive beef a while back? No, and I really don't care. That's probably more boring than my dating history. All right. Well, then you didn't pay attention, Abdul. Abdul, you're a weird stalker, though, anyways, man. So it's probably time for you to get out of here. All right. Weird stalkers got to go. Is it a stereotype that British women are generally ugly? True. No, that's been my experience. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to clear the sinuses again. Again, I'm not trying to be gross. I've got a cold and I want to run a stream. So, apologize in advance. I mean, there's certainly stereotypes about British women that may be true. I don't think it's necessarily that they're ugly. British women are very forward, though. More so than what I was used to originally growing up in Texas. Every country's going to have, all countries are going to have unattractive women. Even the Great Republic of Texas has some. They usually come here from other places, though, like California or something. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm not being serious. Oh, God. I just cleared all that out first, man. I actually did a saline rinse and everything. Yeah, people don't know that. They'll ask, what's it like and what's the weather like in Texas? I'm like, well, it could be hot over here and be snowing over here on the same day. Wes, that's like a really weird comment because you know otherwise. In fact, let's just get rid of all that. What's the most amount of alcohol you've had in one night? How would I even answer that? I don't know. Hey, Sam, I literally do not have an answer. I have drank till I blacked out before. I don't know. How much does that require? But why do we want to dwell on that? I'm coming up on 6 years since my last drink. I am almost at 6 years. We need to be celebrating that, not worrying about what's the most you drink in one night and try to remember and figure it out. Why do we need to dwell on that? Let's focus on being sober. Let's focus on sobriety. Let's focus on health and wellness. How about that? What do you think of that? No, I quit cold turkey. Jason, who would win in a fight, a polar bear versus a hippo? I don't know. I would have to do some research. I mean, I want to say the polar bear, but hippos are pretty dangerous, aren't they? No, subs aren't going to crater. I'm getting rid of annoying people, Daryl. Right? You'll be fine. I'm just not going to put up with stalkers, man. I can put up with certain things, but stalkers who are literally, I think you've been with this many women. I know about this one and this one. And, that's stalker stuff. Like, for example, for someone to even know Jen's last name, you're a psycho-ass stalker to even know that. Like, you're someone who's crazy and should probably be locked up for other people's benefit. All right. Jason, did you know that polar bears are the only species of bear that is truly carnivorous? All right. What do you mean? I'm not following my old ways. I am standing my ground. Thoughts on the vertical diet? I mean, you need to ask a specific question. No, it was not on my socials, Daryl. Hey, Daryl, that was not on my socials. Hence the point. To even know who that person is requires someone to be part of the crazy stalking. To know her last name. All right. Because that was a relationship that was kept completely private. Like it was not public in any way. So, no. Yep. Yeah, no, Daryl. Most of my life stays pretty hidden. I've literally had multiple relationships that were never posted online at all. Like no reference to that person being posted as with me or anything anywhere by me or them. Multiple ones. So, you know. Max Lucinda is fluff and pup. Yeah, pretty much. Why do these people exactly see them? Because they're weird, crazy stalkers. All right. Do you have peace with your exes? Some of them I do, some of them I don't. All right. There are girls I've dated who I'm still friends with and on really good terms. There's others I'm not on speaking terms. There's some I choose to want to have nothing to do with. But exactly, why is it your business? You guys kind of see he's right. How weird is that? Hey, Coach, hope you've had a productive day. Somewhat. It's been somewhat productive. I've had a really bad cold. Jason, tips on getting over insecurity in a relationship. Dumper. If you're not secure in a relationship, you don't need to be in that relationship with the person. End it. Find someone who you're secure with. All right. No, Daryl, stalking my ex-girlfriends is not negative or critical posts. That stuff's got to go. I'm just done with it. All right. That's totally fair. I'm about to get rid of you. If you think that I need to leave stalkers in here, your ass is going to go next. I'm just telling you how it is. All right, but let's get over to real talks. So, Sam, to answer your question, you need to break up with that person. Because if you're insecure in a relationship, either there's something that they're throwing off flags that you know there's a problem, or you're not ready to be in a relationship. Either way, you need to break up. Done. Move on. All right. Best body fat that women are attracted to? I don't think there is. What's the best body fat that men are attracted to? What percentage do you think men are attracted to in women? 15%? So you like them shredded girls. You like them Anavar honeys. All right. I have no plans to compete anywhere this year. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Good evening, Jason. New fan. What's up, Bagel? I think women like anything from about 10 to 20% in men. It depends on the woman. Is a lean beef patty natural? I need to look closer, but probably not. Probably not. Have you declared victory? No, it's far from over. No, I'm going to keep going. See what I mean, Daryl? You're over here worried about my marriages. It's called people get divorced. People get divorced. My divorces were for completely different reasons between my two exes. But here's the thing, like, why do you really care about the fine details of my divorces? You don't think that's a little weird? I run a strength and fitness page, dude. Bagel, who are the noble natties? They're a bunch of weirdos who are obsessed to believe that being natty makes them morally superior. What strength standard do you set? I don't know that I have a standard. Right? Oh, he cares about who coaches banging because he wishes that it was him. That's usually what's up with it. Would I ever get married again? Maybe. Someone who I am not with anymore actually wanted a ring from me last year, but we don't need those details. The internet does not know about it. But I mean, it's a maybe. It would depend on the person and the circumstances. I'm not ready to jump into a marriage with anybody right now, but maybe one day. Jason Noel Diesel claims to be on TRT dose while being 300 pounds shorter. Yeah, that's not how it works. Yep. Yeah, Daryl, if you want to sleep with a man, go try out Cubby. That's Strap On Destiny. Jason is strictly taco, no burrito. There we go. Bagel Man, who's the head of the Noble Natties? A guy called Nashville Apostrophe, who has an outrageous French accent. I don't know, Jimmy. You could try sucking some dicks for your next drink. All right. Exactly, Daryl. You see what it means? See what I'm saying? You're just another weirdo stalker, and you're getting upset that I'm banning weirdo stalkers. Being not married is not the same as being single. All right. So you guys see exactly what we're talking about there. The people who Jefferson, when you criticize him, exactly. Right, they don't even know who I've dated. Yeah, Daryl's a creep. Shane, it's one thing, but it's another thing for people to want to know the details of my divorces. You know what I mean, dude? Like, Shane, let's say you were divorced or you've gone through a divorce or two. Do you really want to get on a live stream and explain to strangers who are asking you the details of what happened and why you got divorced? Like, do you remember? Sorry, I started reading the question. Do you remember Cubby's red pill pickup videos? No, I heard about them, but I didn't see them. So Shane, you put it in that perspective. Is that really what you want to talk about personally? Like, man, I want to get up in front of a group of strangers and hash out the details of my divorce. Jimmy, that would technically be a lie, but you need to go. All right. Man, you guys are really, really dumb with that one. Y'all have done minimal reading. Alpha Destiny is likely an incel. I mean, he watches anime. Is it really incel? In other words, if your life really revolves around goofy things that women find unattractive intentionally, and you do that, are you really involuntary? Like, so for example, you get involved in the red pill movement or the MGTOW movement. Are you actually an incel? Or are you making the conscious choice to be unattractive to women? So it's not involuntary. No, it's not being suppressed. No, it's been doing good anyways. I just tired of dealing with some of the stuff. So let's get over to real questions, and I'm going to ignore I'm going to ignore some of it, Chris, but if you guys keep doing that, then I mean, you're just going to make me ban you. So why don't we just talk about other stuff? All right. So I'll just quit addressing those, and we'll talk about actual real topics. Did I get banned? No, Frank, you didn't get banned. The pill analogy is ridiculous. Where do they make this stuff up, right? Well, they're getting it from the Matrix. You can take the blue pill or the red pill. Why are people so big on low bar squats as opposed to high bar? Is it really better? Depends on what you're trying to do. Who's your early prediction to win the Olympia this year? I don't know. Some guy with tons of oil. Sweet, can you cover Cubby's old pickup videos? Oh, man. How bad are they? I haven't seen them. I don't even know where to find them. Like, where would I even find Cubby's pickup artist videos? Is NH a powerlifter? No. He describes himself as a natural bodybuilder. Coat Destiny's channel, gotcha. Can some people have a stronger squat with more narrow stance than traditional? Some people, right? Some people can. The majority of people will not, but yes, some people are built that way. Your face looks leaner. Thank you, Cookie. I'm not going to run this much longer, though. We're glad you dropped in, Cookie. How you doing, dude? You're a regular, positive supporter. But I can't stay much longer, though, guys. I literally have a consultation coming up in like 40 minutes. So I'm probably going to have to wind it down once I get ready to do that. And I still got a couple client sheets to sort. So I think we're pretty much at that point, guys. We're like an hour deep. So what? Who said I'm sticking? I don't know why you guys keep changing this. I didn't say that at all. All right. Yep, that's how it is. All right. Well, let me give you guys a bicep shot. Let me roll this up here. All right. Oh, Mount biceps. It didn't roll up very well. This shirt is a little sticky. All right, guys. I hope I feel better too. It's the drainage. I'm gonna take another Mucinex before bed. Get all that stuff cleared out. It's a large. I'm weighing in at 220 right now. You guys want to pick mounts? All right. No, I am going to get leaner, but I need to get strong again too, so I can't just keep cutting. I'm going to recomp. All right. So we're going to wind it down, guys. Yeah, pretty much it is, Cookie. That's where they are. Teddy Bounce. So we're done, guys. I'm out.